Hey, hey, Lord J here, working away on my lawful notice for my own court situation where I have false claims being made against me by men and women acting in public positions that believe that they are protected from liability because that is the false reality that we have been accustomed to. And I am not having it. So I'm standing for my rights. I am claiming my rights. I have claimed my rights. I have also let everyone, every man or woman acting in any position that is trespassing against me know through my lawful notices that they will be held liable in their personal capacity. And I say this because I just got a message from a friend who is experiencing threats in their workplace for their choice to remain organic. And so I just wanted to make this message quickly because I've learned a tremendous amount from the process that I have went through in terms of advocating for myself and my own rights, and also everything that I had been through before I got the summons for speaking at a rally, which was in my private capacity with all rights reserved as a woman, which is in the hierarchy of creation above government, cops, courts, councils, or the private corporations. This is what people are not seeming to be aware of. And I wanted to just make this quick message, even though I don't have any makeup on, and it's really not about the look of things or the appearance of things, it's about what's inside. And so here's what I want to say. One of my arguments that is to say I am a woman, not a person, because our personage is connected to the trust that was registered on the stock market with the Vatican through our birth certificates, which sounds like a really crazy story, but it's insane because that's doing the same thing over again, expecting different results, whereas crazy is different. Yes, it is different, but at the same time, it's been happening for so long, people just automatically assume that, yes, I am a person. No. If you agree to be a person, if you agree to have a status associated with your medical status, regardless of whether you have chose or not chose to put anything into your body that it didn't come into this world with, that is dropping your status. What does that mean in the hierarchy of creation? God is on top, man or woman is under that, government under that, cops, courts, councils under that, corporations at the bottom of that. That's the private sector of the public domain. We have a de facto government, which means that they are ruling even though they do not have the right to do things the way that they are. We just didn't know, and so we haven't been challenging it the way that we, the people, men and women, need to do. There's a transhumanism agenda attacking our children, and it is making them believe that it is better to be non-binary, for instance, or trans of any sort, and that's no disrespect to those that have a challenge with what is normal, which normal and natural are not the same. So that is not what I am saying, but what I am saying is that when you choose a label that is other than as a man or woman, you drop your standing, because then you have to go by the definitions of the term that you are consenting to be applied to you. Just as if you drop your standing as a man or a woman to become an employee. If you see yourself only as an employee, then yes, you are bound to the conditions that your employer places on you as you are their creation. They created the definition, therefore they own whoever agrees to have that definition applied to them. What we need to understand, and notices of liability are very important here. And also we have to understand that when we reference anything in notices of liability that we do not have first-hand knowledge about, it is not admissible in court. In the court system, you have men and women acting in positions that believe they are not liable for what judgments are passed because of their participation. This is not true. Your employers who are trying to mandate anything onto employees that have actually claimed your rights to stand as a man or a woman with all rights reserved in your private capacity, who are contracting for a certain amount of time within your life for another organization, and then you are still a man or a woman acting in that position. When you actually claim your right and also hold the one who is mandating anything personally liable as a man or a woman acting, that is when we separate between what it means to be a man or a woman and an actor. We are living in a very false world, and up until now, we've agreed to it because we didn't know any better. It's very dangerous when you agree to play by rules that are not geared for the man or woman, but to get the man or woman to drop their standing. I hope this message has been useful to you. I wanted to make this message because my friend said he's having challenges because he's never claimed his rights. He didn't know he had to. And if his employers, try to impose anything, he doesn't feel fully supported because he knows where he stands as a man in terms of his belief system, which is BS. Belief systems, BS. Yet, if he has not claimed his rights, his beliefs will only help him stand as the man that he is. Do you understand? When I ask you that, and when the court system asks you that, what that means is, do you stand under my jurisdiction? If you stand under, if you understand what I say, then it is over you. Okay? So, I hope this message was useful to you today. I will come to you more when I can. I feel like this is so important. Notices of liability are incredibly important, as we, the people, regardless of our medical status, we all are men and women first and foremost that need to remember that and stop letting actors believe that they are not liable for the propaganda that they are putting into this world that is destroying not just cultures and lifestyles and livelihoods, but actually the self-esteem of men and women, and there are karmic consequences of that people are not talking about. I will, but the time is not yet. So I just wanted to make this quick message just simply to say, remember who you are, remember whose you are, and remember that if you don't actually claim your rights, you don't technically have them. It's very important that you actually make notices of liability for the men or man or woman acting in positions that are imposing anything on you. I do have a sample, and I would be willing to help those who are curious about that and are looking for ways to advocate that are not familiar with legalese, because that is a whole language that anyone outside of lawyers or those who have been put to task understand. We don't understand it. We don't need to understand it. And it's actually okay to play dumb. Not play dumb, but what does dumb mean? The inability to express oneself. Okay? I hope all of this was useful today. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Leave a comment below. Give this message a like and say, Laura J, namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you.